is purpose. So leadership begins with a purpose, not with a position. So when we talk about purpose, it speaks of something divine. We think of it something that it's something spiritual. Purpose is related with spiritual, not secular. Okay, because we think that if you have a purpose, therefore somebody created you. And if somebody created you, therefore there is someone who is bigger than everyone else. Okay? But if we push through with our view that everything happens as just for an accident, it's all accident, that the universe came into being as accident, then there's no purpose at all. And without purpose, you have nothing to do. You have no drive to do something. Okay? Because purpose drives people to their limit. Purpose gives people direction in life. Okay, so we really need to know what purpose is. So if we jump from the beginning of time, 13.5 billion years ago, what we call the Big Bang Theory. So if we look at it, there's a Big Bang Theory, and the whole, since the beginning of time, we have that 13.5 billion years, and then the Earth is 4.5 billion years, and then Philippines is something like 13 million years. So how can we say that we have a purpose if it's all numbered basing on the carbon dating? And if we believe it, we are asked also to believe that there is what we call uh, evolution. Okay, so there's evolution. So uh, the evolution of man. So we end up thinking that we are from the monkey. Okay, so if we are not agreeing with the word purpose. Okay, but there is what we call in the study macro evolution and micro evolution. Okay, let me clarify this one. Macro evolution and micro evolution. So macro evolution is one species jumping to other species. That is macro evolution. Meaning you are a dog and you jump to a cat. You became a cat. That is macro evolution. But what I believe is micro evolution. What is micro evolution? Micro evolution is you are an Askal here in the Philippines, dog, Askal. If you go to Germany, you become a German Shepherd. Okay? So, if you go to other places in the world, you adapt. That's what we call adapt. We adapt the nature, the culture, the the surrounding of the place. That's why they are able to adapt. That's why there are so many breeds of dogs. My point is, also it applies also to human being. There is still that missing link that connects us from the chimpanzee or the monkey. So it's not really valid. It's still a theory that we jump from that species to ours. But I agree that we have evolved as human beings, like from the Homo erectus, the erect man who walks, and then the one who discovered fire, and then the Homo sapiens, the wise man. Okay, we are wise. Homo sapiens, sapiense, the thinking man, the wise man. We have evolved, and then because of Homo erectus, we have developed the fire, and then we started eating meat. And because we ate meat, it enlarged our brain capacity, so we started thinking more than the rest of the species. And after that, we grow, and so we grow in wisdom. And you know what? We have evolved again today. We are Homo consumerensia. We are the consumer man. We are measured now by how much we consume. You are man by how much you consume. Okay? So, we have come to another evolution of man, which is the Homo consumerentia, the consumer man, that we are measured by how much we consume. Okay, so the Bible, Genesis 1 to 11, is called the prehistory. It's not in the history. Okay, it's not written in the history, the Genesis story. It's a prehistory. Okay, so if it's prehistoric times, so there's no uh, historical way to validate those stories like the Noah's flood and the rest. But during that time, there are all different kinds of creation story. There are Babylonian creation story, the Egyptian creation story, and the Jewish creation story. So they all have their own creation story. And the purpose of their creation story is to prove how great their civilization is, how it came to be. Just like the Babylonian creation story, they came from the god Ea. So it is signifying from the start, the creation started with the Babylonian. Okay? And when you look at the Jewish, the Bible creation story, it did not start from a Jew. The creation story of the Jews started with a regular person, Adam and Eve. And then from there, he called Abraham. And then from there, the chosen people. Okay? It's man and woman, the image of God. Okay? He created them, man and woman, the image of God. You see, the Egyptian creation, we came from clay, and the image of God is only the Pharaoh, the priest, and the nobles. They are only the image of God. But in the Jewish Bible, which we are referring, it is an image of God, the male and female, both image of God. Okay? So, that's how we look at. You see, you don't look at the book of Genesis and asking modern questions, pointing a gun with the author and asking modern, arrogant questions, modern questions. Because the Bible is not a science textbook. It's not how the world, but it's why the world. Okay, so it's not about asking the modern question, but it's about the salvation story from Genesis to Revelation. Okay, that's why when Charles Darwin about the evolution, the most defenders during that time were the pastors, and most of the people who were against during that time were the scientists. There is a pastor who even said, "I am a diehard evolutionist." So what I'm trying to say is the Bible is created not for science. Okay, there are some science there, but it's not basically for science that you try to look and defend the Bible using you are using the Bible as a science textbook. You see, to defeat a bad science, you need to use a good science. To defeat a bad theology, you need to use a good theology. Okay? So you don't use those things to prove something. Okay, so that is Genesis. That is Genesis story. So going back, I am still sure that we don't come from the animals, okay, or the monkey or the chimpanzee or other stuff. Even though we are 98% the same with them, and their growth just stop at 3 years old from human growth. They just stay as 3 years old. Okay, so we are not from them. I think and I believe with the micro evolution, which from one species you jump to the same species. So like Homo erectus, you became Homo sapiens, and the rest of the evolution of man. Okay, so God still created man. Okay, so right now I'm gonna ask and I'm gonna talk about the purpose. Okay, how can we know our purpose? Especially in relation to leadership. And we will be talking about the ideas of Socrates, Aristotle. Okay, so the very essence of leadership is first of all purpose. Okay, I hope I made that clear. So great leaders and achievers of history were simply ordinary people who had an extraordinary sense of purpose. So very normal people, but they have a sense of direction, sense of purpose, extraordinary mission. Okay? So multitudes of people drifting aimlessly to and fro without a set of purpose deny themselves such fulfillment of their capacity and the satisfying happiness which attends it. They are not wicked. So people who don't have purpose are not wicked. They are only shallow people. They are not mean or vicious. They simply are empty. Shake them and they would rattle like gourds. They lack range, depth, and conviction. Without purpose, their lives ultimately wander into the morals of dissatisfaction. So people who are empty, people who don't have purpose in life, people who are the troublemaker, people who cause chaos, or who are very offensive, those people are just shallow people. They don't have any direction. That's why they're blabbering to their neighbors and chit chat and so. Okay, as we harness our abilities to a steady purpose and undertake the long pull toward its accomplishment, rich compensation reward us. A sense of purpose simplifies life and therefore concentrates our abilities, and concentration adds power. Strong lives are motivated by dynamic purpose. Lesser ones exist on wishes and inclination. So that's according to Kenneth Hildebrand. Okay, so with purpose, we have the focus. With purpose, we have the direction. As I said yesterday, that our vision in life, our purpose in life gives us strength to do what we are going to do. So, what does purpose does in our lives? First, purpose defines the meaning of your life. Okay? Second, it simplifies by establishing a clear direction. So, what is the purpose of your life? It will simplify your life. So, what matters most in your life? Family, friends, relatives, God, church, business, finance. So this is your purpose, this is your focus, and so you can simplify everything. You will only get opportunities that are related to your purpose. You can learn to say no. You can start saying no to the things, to the people who are offering you something that is not related to your purpose in life. You see, imagine, every year we have a set of energy. Every year we only have a limited energy. But every year we add another responsibilities. We add another responsibilities in our lives. So imagine, you have a set of energy, but every year you continually adding up responsibilities. And so you are not performing well anymore. So you need to simplify life. Focus on what matters most because your energy is limited. So use your energy to fulfill your mission, to fulfill your purpose in life. Disregard everything that is not related to the purpose that you are going. Okay, so it helps you understand and appreciate your life, circumstances, and experiences so that you are able to respond to them in the right way. So you see, if you have a sense of purpose, you may not understand it now. You may not get it now, but you look at it as a puzzle. The one being shaded right now is dark, so it's really sad. But once the shade is starting to shade the lighting part, so you see the big picture, and you appreciate your circumstances. You appreciate your parents already. You see, we should thank our parents, not just with their good sides, but also with their bad sides. Why? Because we are who we are today because of them. For example, if your parents are lazy, so you become industrious. For example, if your parents are poor, so you gave your best not to be poor, right? So you have that drive for success because of your experiences. So now you learn to thank the people who made you who you are today. Not just the good things that they did to you, for you, but also the negative things that they had done for you or to you. Okay, let me expound that later. Okay, it focuses your abilities towards their maximum productivity. Okay, so you will be able to maximize your productivity because you have a direction. I'm really sorry with our background because it's already uh, 3:26 in the afternoon, and so music is everywhere. I hope you can still hear me clearly. Okay, so it helps you focus your ability to the maximum productivity, meaning your strength will not be misused to anything else. You know what you are good at, and then you focus, laser focus to it. You see what's the difference between a light and a laser? A light is scattered. A laser is a direction, and it can go farther than a light. And another thing, it can cut. You see, what is being used for operation are sometimes laser, especially for the intricate ones, intricate part that you cannot use knife. They use laser. Okay, because it's laser focus. Number 5 helps you unlock your latent potentials that are linked to your purpose. So your dormant potentials, your sleeping potentials, but you have your purpose, so you pursue your purpose, and you were able to find those things that are related to your purpose, and you unlock it, and you figured out, oh, I know this one, oh, I'm good at this one, oh, I'm better at this one. So you realize and you get to know yourself even further. Okay, so it provides you the foundation upon which to build a highly motivating leadership. So why are you leading? What is your purpose? Everyone is leading. Some in the bad side, some in good side. You see, even if you throw garbage outside, people will follow you. They will also throw garbage where you have thrown your garbage. If you pee on a wall, people will follow you to pee on that wall, the same wall. Okay, that's why there's written no peeing here, or in Tagalog, bawal umihi dito. Bawal magtapon ng basura. Don't throw your garbage here. Okay? Because somebody followed them. That's leading. That's leadership. We are leading one way or another. We might not notice it. So, why are you leading? To what end? For what purpose? Okay? If you know why you are leading, then whatever happens in life, then you will pursue your leadership role. Okay? So, 7 challenges you to build the character qualities necessary to fulfill that purpose. In short, purpose draws out the best in you. You see, having a leadership post and having a purpose in life, it will inspire you to reach that goal with the required character in it. You see, if you want to reach that goal, if it needs a 90% good character and your character right now is 50%, then you strive hard to be better until you reach that 80% character requirements. Okay? So it builds our character, our qualities. It makes us better in a way. So if you are leading, the number one beneficiary should be you. Why? Because you are the one who will be molding yourself first before molding others. Okay? So, according to Zig Ziglar, outstanding people have one thing in common: an absolute sense of mission. Absolute sense of mission. You hear that? You know Moses? From birth, he was told, you will be a great leader. You will deliver Israel. Because you are the only one who survived. You are the only one left from your batch. Every male was dead. And you are alive. Therefore, God is about to use you. So Moses has that singleness in mind about his task. So he studied, he gave his best, he studied he studied geography, he studied the terrain of Egypt, going to Canaan, so he knows everything. So he has been preparing for his mission. And one day when God called him at the age of 80, he then is prepared. Why it took him 80 years? The first 40 years, he was trained intellectually in Egyptian culture and all its knowledge, hieroglyphics and all. But his character is not ready. He killed. Amen. Thinking that he can save Israel through his right hand or his hand. But he later figured out that it's not through my hand, but through God's hand. So God humbled him for another 40 years. He became a shepherd. Imagine, for an Egyptian, shepherding as a despised occupation. It's a hated occupation. It's the lowliest of occupation. Yet Moses, who was a prince, became a shepherd to humble him, to prepare him. So that's what I'm saying about preparation intellectually and character. So once he was prepared, so God talked to him and called him. Okay, so let's continue. So there is no road to success, but through a clear, strong purpose, nothing can take its place. A purpose underlies character, culture, position, attainment of every part. Thornton Munger. So what I'm trying to say is, there is no path to success. You make your own path. You use that and clear your path. You go through your direction. Whatever happens, you don't accept no for an answer. You are determined, you want to reach your destination because you know where you are going. Okay, that's the sense of purpose. You have a clear, strong purpose. Okay? So that is one quality that one must possess to win. There is one quality that if you want to win, this is the one that you should possess. That is definiteness of purpose. The knowledge of what one wants and a burning desire to possess it. So do you know what you want? If you know what you want and you have a burning desire to possess it, then you will surely win. Because you have a definiteness of purpose according to Napoleon Hill. Okay, so we need to know our purpose and understand our purpose. So knowing your purpose, how will we know our purpose? Purpose is programmed in our DNA. Okay, every living thing and every human being, everything in the universe exists to carry out a present purpose. Everything has a purpose. Okay, so William Barclay said, there are two great days in a person's life. First is the day we are born, and the second day is the day we discover why. Okay, so once we know why we are born, I knew my purpose when I was 16. Okay, at the age of 16, parents tried to call me to ask me to study in college in different school. I told them and I said, I can't use those things because I will be used by God. God is calling me to the ministry. So I know where I am going, so I gave my best to do that thing. So I told my parents in a nice way so that they can understand. So they did. And they gave their blessing to me. And so I pursue my calling. Okay, so Albert Einstein, The Life and Times, Ronald W. Clark, everything is determined, the beginning as well as the end, by forces over which we have no control. It is determined for the insects as well as for the star, human beings, vegetable, or cosmic dust. We all dance to a mysterious tune intoned in the distance by an invisible piper. So even Albert Einstein is thinking somebody is playing. That's why he said God doesn't play dice. Okay, so everything, a horse, a vine is created for some duty. For what task then were you yourself created? A man's true delight is to do the things he was made for. Marcus Aurelius from Meditation. Okay, so everything has a purpose. Then what is your purpose? Why are you created? What is your purpose? Everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life to carry out a concrete assignment which demands fulfillment. Therein he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Imagine, your life can never be repeated, and no one can replace your role. No one can replace your assignment because you are the one who has a specific experience, a specific background, a specific DNA, that you are the one who will be meeting this purpose. You will be the one who will meeting this person, and this person. You are the one. Okay? No one can take your place. nor can his life be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is as unique as his specific opportunity to implement it. Wow. According to Viktor Frank, Man's Search for Meaning. Okay? So, Vincent van Gogh, your profession is not what brings home your paycheck. Your profession is what you were put on earth to do, with such passion and such intensity that it becomes spiritual and calling. Okay, so it's not profession that brings you paycheck. It's your profession is what you are on earth put. Okay, so I'll explain it later. So knowing our personal mission further enhances the flow of mysterious coincidences as we are guided towards our destinies. First, we have a question, then dreams, then daydreams, and intuitions leads us toward the answer, which usually are synchronistically provided by the wisdom of another human being. Wow. So we have a purpose. So do you want to know your purpose? Purpose is first of all revealed in design. So what is your design? Your personal potentials. What are your your gifts, your talents, your skills, and your assets? Okay? What are you good at? What are your skills? What are your talents? What are your assets? Okay? It's not an accident that you have it. You don't envy what others have and say, I want to be like them. No. You need to figure out what you have. Okay? Second, life circumstances, your experience, your relationship and position in life. Your experience, why was I born in a broken home? Oh, I see. So that I can minister, I can sympathize and I can empathize to the members that has a broken home. And I can preach directly to their heart. I can speak their language because I experience it. That's it. Okay, so your experiences are no accident. You see, some of the owners of Jollibee, some of the owners were once a crew member. They are the server, they are the manager, they are the serving crew, they are the cashier. They went to abroad, they saved money, and started their own business of Jollibee and branch out. How? Their experience was not an accident. Okay, you just don't know. You just don't know. Your relationships, your relationship with your parents. Why do you have this kind of relationship? Why is it that you have this kind of genes? Why is it that your parents is the one your parents? Why can't you choose your own parents? Why is it that this is their personalities? To just let my DNA comes out. So what is it? Your positions in life, your influence. It has all a purpose to play in a big role. Okay, so, and last is your inner impulses, your interests, your concerns, your dreams, passions, and grievances. Okay, what are your interests? God will not call you something that you don't like. Okay, first of all, He created you that way. He cannot create you a triangle and then force you to become square. Okay? So, we need to know our purpose. So purpose is defined by needs. So second, you know first the design. You learned about your design. So what was your design? Your impulses, your interests. What do you like? So your parents died in sickness, and so you became a doctor so that you can provide a free medicine checkup to others. You can heal free for the poor. You have experienced sad things with the law, and so you become an attorney. That is your grievance. That is your passion. That is your grievance. There is no justice for your family, and so you became a lawyer. Okay? So you find your purpose in those things that you hate and you like. Okay? So purpose is connected to needs in the world. Okay? So first you look at yourself inside. Second, you look at outside. What is the need? What is the need that is surrounding me that I need to address, that I am the only one who can address it? So purpose is connected to the needs in the world. Okay? What you have in you is what others need to live a better life. Okay? Imagine if the architects will not help. There's no beautiful building. There's no roof in our buildings. Imagine if the doctors will not help. There's no hospitals. Imagine if there is no attorney, there is no law in the land. Just imagine, from lowest to highest role, what you have is what others need to live a better life. You were meant to make a difference in the world around you that will bring change in people's lives. So right now, look at yourself. What do I have? What are my skills and talents? What are my backgrounds? How was I molded? How was I created? What was my growing up stage? And what is my likes and my dislikes, my grievances, my interests? And then you look at the world. If you match it, then that lies your calling. Woodrow Wilson said, "We are not here merely to make a living. We are here to enrich the world. We are not here just to consume everything, to live a life, enjoy life, but also to enrich life, to think of the next generation." You see, according to Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who died a martyr death during the time of Hitler, he said, "The righteous man, the truly righteous man, lives for the next generation." So you are thinking not just for yourself or for your generation, but for the next generation. Will they still have a tree to smell? Will they have will they still have a soil to step on, or all will be concrete? Will they see birds in the air? Will they see fish in the water? Will they see butterfly? I define life purpose as contribution to the world that uses your whole self fully and gives your life passion, fulfillment, meaning through dedication to something larger than yourself, bigger than yourself. It might be work for social transformation, it might be service to people who are in need, it might be living from an attitude of love or unleashing your creativity or developing your highest spiritual potential. Okay? So it's a contribution to the world. That is purpose. What can you contribute? It's not what can others contribute to you. It's not you using them. It's you being useful to them. Okay? So Albert Schweitzer, he also wrote about Jesus. "I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I know, the only ones among you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve." Wow. I don't know, he said. But if you truly want to be happy, people who will be truly happy are those people who learned how to serve. Okay? So Gladstone, never forget that the purpose for which a man lives is the improvement of the man himself, so that he may go out of this world having in his great sphere of his small one done some little good for his fellow creatures and labored a little to diminish the sin and sorrow that are in the world. You see, we can diminish a little in the sorrow of the world. We cannot save the whole world, but we can save the world around us. Okay? Albert Einstein, "Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to a divine purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, however, there is one thing we do know, that man is here for the sake of other men." Wow. So you are not only for your sake, but you are here for the sake of others. You can help others. So if you want to recognize your purpose, you need to look at your gifts, needs, and impulse. Okay? Gifts is hand. What do you have? What can you do? What are your skills? What are your talents? Second is your eyes, the needs of the world. What is the needs of the world and your talents can meet. Okay? And the impulses, the heart. So hand is gift, eyes is needs, and the heart is impulses. What is your grievance? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? Okay, according to Aristotle, where your talents and the needs of the world cross, lies your calling. So this is your skills and talents, this is the needs of the world, and when it meets, there lies your calling. That is what you are here for on earth. Okay? Are you listening? So Deepak Chopra said, everyone has a purpose in life, a unique gift or special talent to others. And we blend these unique talents with service to others. We experience the ecstasy and exultation of our own spirit, which is the ultimate goal of all goals. Okay? So Alan Coren, the sanity inspector, he said, to have a grievance is to have a purpose in life. If you have any grievances, that might become your purpose. If your parents died from a crime, a criminal killed your parents, then what happens to you? You become a policeman. You became angry to crime. That is your grievances. You want to push peace and order. So you became a policeman. Okay? So you found your gifts, talents, gifts, needs, and impulse. Okay? So that is potential. Your potentials are unlocked through interaction with the needs around you. So you need to interact with the needs around you. Okay? So do not think that I can know my purpose and I will just stay at home. No. You need to interact with the needs around you. What are the needs around you? Okay? You discover your purpose when you find your perfect match that draws out your personal passion. When it draws out your personal passion. Each of us has a fire in our hearts for something. It's our goal in life to find it and keep it lit. Okay, we have a fire for something, but our goal is to keep it lit. To find that fire and to keep it lit. Finding the right need that matches your gifts involves asking the question, where is the greater and more urgent need that matches my recognized gift? So what are my talents? And what is the one that is in urgent that I can minister right now? Then that is my talent, that is my purpose. Discovering your purpose will take time, of course, and undergoes a process of growth and refinement. So purpose is not a one-day event that you will know and then you go directly. It is by stage. So purpose is fulfilled by stage. So if you are a student, your purpose is to graduate. It's not your purpose to marry, okay? Purpose is fulfilled by stage. Each stages contains an assignment. And then after you graduate, you learn your work, you hard work, you go to work. You get the skills, the talents. Okay, each stage contains an assignment. So you don't need to jump right away. You need to go through the stages, assignments. Each stage is a preparation for the next stage. So once you're faithful in this stage, then you will be ready for the next stage. So just be faithful on what you're doing right now. Do not think so much about, I will do this in the future. No. Focus on what you are doing right now and be faithful in it. The final stage in your life purpose is called destiny. So when you find your destiny, that is the last part. Okay? So that is purpose. And destiny, of course, we don't agree with the Greek mythology like fate, F-A-T-E, that we cannot resist what happens to us. We don't agree with those things. So destiny, of course, is a choice. Destiny is what you were meant to be. Okay, we have a destiny. That is where we are meant to be. It should be us, okay? But choices is what gets you there. Choices helps you reach your destiny. Meaning, if you don't make the right choices now, you will not reach your destiny. You will divert to other destiny. You will not hit the mark. You will miss the mark. Okay? Just like the Israelites, after they left Egypt, their destiny for 11 days is to go to the promised land. That is their destiny. That's what God promised to them. But when they reach 3 days walk, that 3 days turned to 40 years. Why? Because they have disobeyed. They have not listened to the voice of God. And so their destiny, instead of hitting it, they turn for 40 years. And when all the generations who disobeyed God and who have lost faith in God died, then the next generation came, and so they entered the land. And that's usually is happening to us. When if I'm a parent and then I want to be a doctor and I did not become a doctor, so I pass on that dream, that desire to my son. And so I tell my son, you become a doctor because I did not become a doctor. Okay? So just like that, it should be you who is enjoying the blessings of God, your destiny, your calling, but you refuse to obey. And so you did not reach your destiny. So you can delay your destiny if you don't obey. Okay? So destiny is no matter of chance. It is a matter of choices. It is not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved by William Jennings Bryan. Okay, so you are aiming towards it. It's not what happening to you now or what has happened to you in the past that determines who you become. Rather, it's your decision about what to focus on, what things mean to you, and what you're going to do about them. That will determine your ultimate destiny. More than anything else, I believe it's our decisions, not the conditions of our lives, that determines our destiny. It is we cannot control what people will do to us, but we can always control our response to them. We cannot control what the world will bring to us, but we can always control our response to the world. Okay? If you are born poor, that is not your problem. That is not your sin. It's your parents. But if you die poor, then it's in your hand, because you did nothing to get out from that mess. Okay? So you stop blaming others. Because the more you blame others with your failure, with your mistake, the more you lose control of your life. And the more you justify the things that you are doing wrong and you don't reach your goal, the more you thickens the chains that binds you. You should have been there already, but you have delayed your calling. Okay? Because destiny is a choice. Destiny, choices that are made will keep you there or away from your destiny. Okay? So as an activity for us, I want you to write down. Please formulate and write down your personal mission statement in any of these three areas: your life in general, your family, your work, position, school. Okay, so when I made this one, I was still maybe 20, 21. So I have this planned out. I was still in college, but I was thinking I will go to master's degree. I will go to study there. And how to get there? I need to get A grades. I need to get 1.25, because I need to be a scholar. So I have that planned out, and so I did it. I went to Metro Manila and then studied my master's degree and got it for scholarship. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if you have a goal in mind, then you can do it. And now with my wife, when we establish a plan, when we establish a goal, we notice that we laser focus everything, even our expenses, even our money. We know where to direct it because we have a purpose in mind. But if you don't have a purpose, you will spend your money to anything. Anyone who asks, then you just release everything, because what's the use of that money there? You don't know what's the purpose of it. So when we put a purpose on it, then we reach it. We reach our goal. Okay, so right now I encourage you to write down your personal life goal. Okay, your family or your work. Okay, so 5 years from now, what are you doing? What can I see you doing? Okay, so next session we will be talking about identity. Okay, so I hope this helps you. And if you have some questions regarding purpose, kindly comment down below, okay, so that we can answer your question. If you don't have any questions or any violent reaction, you can message me. And if you want to suggest any other topics after we finish this series of leadership, 10 master key to maximize leadership, then we can talk about your next suggestion. Okay, all the best. Thank you for listening. God bless us all.